So when is a punch chain not just a punch chain? When we turn it into a frame, and that's what we're going to do right now. Hello, scrapbookers and creative friends. I'm Linda Petuch. I'm a Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Jupiter, Florida. Welcome to Thursday Thoughts. Today, I was a little disappointed because my Grateful Harvest products didn't come. They're actually arriving tomorrow, but that doesn't give me enough time to play with them and create things and make a video. So I decided I would do something else today. And if you follow me, you know I love to make borders. But today, I'm going to take some typical punched borders and we're going to turn them into frames. And that's what I want to show you. So let's get started. Now I've been photographing my ready set scrap kits, my ready set scrap kits, and today I was working with the crisp fall days theme, and I decided when I looked at that, I'll just show you quickly. I have borders, and I have these beautiful pages. This is actually from last year's autumn collection, but I just love it, beautiful. And then you have other pages in the back you can use. And then when I looked at this one, I thought I loved taking this Border Maker cartridge. It's this one right here. It's called the Square Link Chain. It was new last year when we got this collection. So I decided after I punched it last year, I thought I'm going to use it to make a frame. And that's what I did. And I was thinking, that's what I'm going to do. That's going to make me happy since I'm disappointed about not getting my Grateful Harvest. I'm going to show you how you can take the chain punches from the Border Maker cartridge system and we can make frames out of them. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. If I can pick that up. Here we go. Okay, now if you are familiar with the Border Maker cartridge system, I know a lot of you are, you can just fast forward through this section. But for those of you who are not, there's a housing that you put the cartridges in. And the wonderful thing about the cartridges is that we have lots of them and they're interchangeable, easy to load. We pop it in here until you hear that little click. Then you get cardstock or designer paper. This is lightweight shimmer, platinum shimmer cardstock. And you put it in this tray here. And there are magnets that will hold down the paper, and then you flip this out of the way. And there's some grooves here you can see. These are what interact with the knobs that are here. So I'm just going to very quickly, let me make sure, I think I didn't put that on right. Hang on, let's do that again. Don't want to mess it up. That's always how it works when we're videotaping. Okay. It looks good. Fold it back. Okay, so now there are 6 punches you're going to do, and you might be able to see, I don't know if the camera picks that up, there are little knobs sticking out here, and that'll show you where you're lining it up. So there's punch number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this is considered a chain punch because it drops off the paper. We have other cartridges that are not chains. We'll have other punches too, but the main way, the easiest way, I didn't show you that on camera, the easiest way to tell, this is how you push that little button and then the cartridge comes out. The easiest way to tell is to look underneath the punch, and if it is open on both sides of the design, that's a good idea that that is a chain. Let me get one that isn't a chain. Okay, like this one. This is the zebra stripe. See how it is attached? The silver is attached. This is open on both sides, so you know this is going to fall off the paper. This would be a decorative edge on the paper. So that's basically why we call this a chain. Okay, so this is like the design that I showed you on that crisp fall days, but it's a very cool thing to do. So I pulled out a lot of chain cartridges. I'm going to show you that now on a photograph. And I had to kind of stop myself because I could just keep going and going. But I wanted to show you some ideas of what you could do. Now, this is how I organize my punches, punched paper, my punched borders, I should say. I have these fill and file sleeves which do fit in a binder beautifully, and I made notes on here today for the video. So we're going to start with this, and I didn't make pages, permanent pages, but what I did was I pulled out paper that I would use that would complement these borders. And this one, I was thinking, this is the, it's right here, let me tell you the name of it, I'm not trying to guess, Moon and Stars. So I would use, this would be a great one for like bedtime for little kids, or if you're out, maybe you're going to the planetarium. And you know, you can flip it around if you do it in cardstock. It doesn't have a design on it, both sides. But you're just going to start, and you're going to build your frame, and you can take it right to the edge as far out as you can. Now this, of course, is a little tricky because it's not adhered down. And I would use the repositionable tape to adhere these. And what I'm doing is I'm having it kind of walk around the outside edge. And you can make a frame like this. Now, this is a very, very simple way to do it. I love the effect of it. If you wanted to, you could get your scissors. And you could snip off maybe to right here where this moon is, and that way it wouldn't overlap. The overlapping doesn't necessarily bother me. It depends on the design, of course, but it's also a great place, like if you wanted to add maybe an embellishment on each of the corners, or on one of the corners, or opposite corners, but it's a great place to do that. But it's a really simple way to add a decoration to your page, just by putting that border, which wasn't intended to be a frame, but can easily become one. Let's look at this one. So I punched with the gold shimmer. I love this gold shimmer. I punched the this honeycomb because this would be lovely for the garden. If you're doing garden pages, come on, come apart. You can do it. And you can just do these. And these do overlap a little bit too. The design, sometimes you can line it up just right, and the designs will line up. But I love this as a nice edge. And of course, if you had a different color paper you put it on, that would be fine too. But I figured this would be nice for garden, for a paper that maybe is busy as a bee, your happy home, happy hive, or for your queen bee and your family. So we have this one, and move to the next one. I'm not adhering them down because I wanted to show you just how simple this is. So I have a little baby on my mind right now, and that's why I picked pink paper, because what's cuter than, this was a textured paper that has this adorable little, just like a little fleck design on it. It kind of reminded me of little fur on this teddy bear. And I love this, and whatever color you put underneath, it's going to show through. So you can have these little bears so that they fit out with their head out, facing away from the center, or you can turn it. This is an old paper, look, it's white on the back, or you can have them turned the other way. But it's just a nice, really nice touch. I just really think it's fun. Very fast, very simple, and you can adhere it down, and there you go. And this one, I thought if you wanted to use this like at the ocean, the shore, at the beach, add a little chain of sea stars. Put them around the edge. This is fragile. I'm trying not to rush so I don't mess them up, tear them up. And these are kind of facing, well, they're not really facing out or in. They're just kind of there, which is good. I could have committed and made the pages, but then I end up with so many pages that I decided I would just make this flexible, show you how to store them. And there we go. Now, there's also the possibility, of course, that you could put a strip of paper underneath them if you wanted another color to come through. You could double them. You could put double sea stars, have a space in between. But it's just the idea that you're using a chain border maker cartridge punch and creating a frame on your page. And I think it says enough to me that you can have your, maybe if you've got snorkeling or boating and you want to have that. Here's another oceany kind of paper. And I guess I was thinking about thinking about our tropical fish here, because look at these, how cute they are. And again, you can have them, the dorsal fins could be up at the top. They could be facing into the water, into the middle of the paper, or they could be facing away. And you just build your frame. I'm sure you're getting the idea, and I'm sure you have more ideas. Okay. And this, again, I have that dorsal fin, that back fin is along the outside edge facing out, or you could switch it the other way. But I just love the look of that. Very simple, but very fun, very easy to do. Okay, I want to do, let's see, I did have this one, just this little rope, like if you are a boater or you're going on a cruise, or maybe you visiting a waterfront restaurant, or maybe you live on the waterfront, maybe you're visiting a marina. And now you can be deliberate about and match the corners, or you can do like I did on the fall one, and you can pull it out from the side as well. It's really up to you. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to scrapbook. You do you do what makes you happy. But you could, if you're not in need of every tiny inch of space, you could move it in a little bit too, and that makes a whole different look. Now, we didn't even talk about seasonal ones, but I had to pull in one little Christmas idea. Okay, I love Christmas plaids. Well, I have plaids of any kind, but you could add this evergreen, spiky evergreen. And I'm telling you, I'm trying not to rush because it'll be very easy to tear it. I'm trying not to rush, but I want to make sure you get to see these. Okay, I dropped one. Here it is. Just keep it going around the edge, but I think it finishes it really nicely. I'm going to do one more with the Christmas one, and that is this. Okay, so I punched out some gingerbread, the little gingerbread cookies, and I was thinking I would put it on the red side, but I decided it didn't really show up enough. I mean, I like how the red comes through, but so what I decided to do instead, I thought, okay, this looks good here on the kind of gingerbread color stripe on there. But then I measured the space in here, and it was like 3/8 of an inch. So then I cut little strips. So this is what I would do on this one. I would put you first put your red strips down, and then put your gingerbread on top, and it won't be slipping and sliding like this, and it'll be easier to do. You see? And then you can have that all the way around the edge. And again, you can overlap them. You could take it right to the edge, and you could also miter it. You can cut it in the corner so that they'll fit together if you don't like them overlapping there. So that's just a different look. You can do it with, with or without the red stripe. And I do want to say, like, if you wanted to do a double page spread with these edges, you would punch 6 of these, because you could do it like this. Okay, and then have another one down at the bottom. Okay, you could have them all the way across if you wanted to make one giant double page spread. So you would punch 6 chains, and then that would give you that whole edge like that. Okay, that's all of those. Now the next ones I show you, I was just thinking purely of design. So on this one, what is this little punch called? It is called, I mean, I have it right here. I don't use this one enough. It's the dotted banner chain. I think it came out when we had the princess, different princess collection. But look at how cute this is. And what I was going to say about this, yeah, I have the lighter one. Let's do the lighter one. So we could do, and this will be a good one to show you how you can have the little loopies in the inside, or you can put them on flipping the other side. Let's look at it first this way. You could do it like this. All right, with all those little curves like this, or you could flip them over or turn them around so that it has a whole different feeling. Simple, whoops, simple feeling, but a different change of a feeling. I think this takes a little bit more of your paper. So if you're limited on space and you want to get as much as you can in there, but this kind of gives it a little frill on the edge. It's kind of fun. Again, simple but fun. Okay, next one. I really like this polka dot paper. It's an old one, I think. One of the textured papers from something. And we're going to try 3 different borders on this one, just real quickly. So we have this kind of ribbon, lacy ribbon that can go on here. Again, overlap or not. I don't know why, but a lot of times I will put like the top and the bottom, and then I'll put the sides on it. Depends how you want to do it, and if you want to get so that you miter it, you cut it so that they fit together. And I don't necessarily want to cut these. Maybe there's one I can cut to show you how you miter it. You just lift it and cut it a bit. But so this little red ribbon looks nice on here. Again, you could do it the other way so it looks like it has a little lace edge. This is an old Border Maker cartridge. See, I usually have all the pages done for you, but I thought this way you can see how simple it can be. Oops, unless you get it caught on your clothes. Oh, bend it over. There we go. Isn't that cute? I just love it. Okay, so there's that little lacy one. And now, let's look at the next one. This is one of my favorite punches. What is this one called? It is called brocade chain. I love brocade chain. So pretty. So this is very happy, festive, whatever, but when you add something like this, I think it just finishes it. And, you know, because this design has this little round part on there, I think it ties in nicely. It has one of the elements that's included. There we go. Let's keep going. Okay, and there we go. Really, really nice. I love it. I dropped my papers. Okay, there we go. Okay, again, you could flip it, but it doesn't make that much of a difference on this one. All right, let's look at a different design on this paper. This is one of the newest punches that just came out. It's called Follow the Trail. Follow the Trail, yeah. Follow the Trail. And this doesn't have any circles or anything on it, but I thought it would be kind of interesting to put on there. That's kind of fun. This might be the one I was thinking I could turn over to, and we'll use the other side. Let's get this on first. This is very busy. If busy is not what you like, then you're not going to want to do it on this side. You might want to use a plain piece of cardstock or a less busy designer paper. Oh, yeah. This is like going from the frying pan to the fire. But this looks kind of cool. Actually, I like it almost better on this than I did on the other side. You just never know. But that is the beauty of it. You can play with it. And I do like to punch a lot of these ahead of time and then just have them in those fill and file sleeves. That's really pretty. I like that. It's busy, but you know what? When you put a frame, it kind of organizes all that confusion, and it makes it very settled. And then it leaves you all that space for your photos. Okay, I think I have one more little set I'm going to show you, and that'll be that. Hopefully you're getting inspired. All right, here are my papers I'm going to use to put these on. I think I want to do I'm going to do these first. Okay, I can't do a whole thing and not have something with nature. So this has little dragonflies all over it. So I thought that would be fun. To add this leafy vine. Climbing vine. what kind of vine is it called? It is called climbing vine. Okay, I knew it was a vine. Okay, this is great when you have the pumpkin punch too. I like these for the pumpkins. Look how pretty that looks. And rather than just use it as a border, I mean, it is a border, but it's a border made into a frame. So it really contains that idea. And it's very simple to do. All I did was punch them out, put them in that my little fill and file sleeve, ready for whenever I want to use it. Okay, so that's good for the leaves with those dragonflies. I take so many garden pictures that would be a nice one for me to have. I'm going to leave that paper out. And on this leaf paper, I thought it would be nice to do this one. This is another relatively new one, I think. Oh, no, it isn't. This one is Diamond Link Chain. Maybe from last year. But it's not leafy. It doesn't copy any of those shapes that are on there. But I think it's kind of fun. Almost makes you think of like a little trellis or something for these leaves. And this overlaps nicely on the corners. There's just so many things you can do. This truly was tip of the iceberg because there's so many things you can do to add just a little touch. And because I do like to make some creative and beautiful pages, but I'll be honest, I have so many photos that I need to get put down on my pages. I don't spend a lot of time decorating all my pages. I just don't have that luxury of that time. I have so much that I need to do and that I want to do. Okay, so there you go. You see that. So the last thing I'm going to do is I have one sheet of paper, designer paper, and I'm going to show you how you can use 3 different kinds of borders and it'll change the whole look and feel. This first one is the wispy chain, which I love, love, love. And I use platinum shimmer for them all. But even just using the same paper by changing the punch, I think you're going to like it. It changes the look. This is such a graceful little punch. And I'll tell you honestly, if you don't have a border maker cartridge system, you really need to treat yourself. If you can't get it now, maybe put it on your holiday wish list or your birthday list. Tell your family. I have the link in my description because I think it's one of the best things is you can get so many different cartridges. It comes with one free cartridge, the Pick a Fence, and then you also then can, they're like $20 for these for the cartridges, whereas the other kind of punches are a little more expensive, and then they're harder to store. These are very, very easy to store. But there we go with wispy chain. So that has one look. Now let's look at another. This one, what is this one called? I have it here so I don't forget, because I do forget. My goodness, where did I put it? Oh, right here. Duh. Right here. This is Timeless Tweed. Timeless Tweed. And look at how, this is very cool on this. It's like, corduroy pants and Timeless Tweed decoration. Isn't this a cool shape? I love it. And the little punch outs, the little confetti that comes out of there is kind of cool too if you want to mix and match. Put this here. Just a little finishing touch. There. There we go. That kind of finishes the edge. I have one more. Oh my goodness, it sticks to me. Oh, I have one more set after this. I apologize, but you can just fast forward. There we go. So I want you to feel like no matter what border maker cartridges you have, or even if you have a regular punch that's a chain that falls off the edge of the paper, think about using it not just as a border or frame punch, but think of using it to make a frame. I just think it's so fun to do. It's a lot of fun to do, and it's a great way to use our supplies in a different way. I'm all about that. Okay, truly, this is really the last one now, because I have some favorite. We're going to start with very simple. and that is with the Rick Rack. And you know, I like this because it kind of mimics the design that's on this paper. And now this is, when you punch it, you know, you get two. I think this is a great one to pull out a little bit and make a little funky dunky edge on here. I like this one a lot. And now you could double it. You could put two, because when you punch it, you get two. So, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have touched it. There we go. But isn't that nice? It really defines the space for your photos. And very simple little design. But there's that. So there's the Rick Rack. I believe they call it Rick Rack. I'm saying that. Double Rick Rack chain. Yeah. And a lot of the chains do have the name chain in them, so that's helpful. Okay, this is another one that I just love. I use it a lot, and that's the ribbon wave chain. So let's do this one. You know, it has that kind of flowy lines on it. This is just such a pretty punch. This one I might go in between over here too. It's really totally up to you. You know, as long as you have space to leave it out there, I think that's great. Look how pretty that is. So simple and so pretty. I just love it. Okay, the last one now, and that is the fan. It's called the double fan, the double fan chain. And when I was thinking about doubling these, like if you wanted to punch double on these, and this one I'll show you, I played with this one a lot. We're going to have all the bottoms of the fan in the center. This might be one that you would want to cut off. It's easy to cut off that last fan and they can kind of meet on the corners. But then you could also just flip them over so that you line up that edge. There we go. I mean, this is definitely not rocket science, but it sure is fun. There we go. It's very therapeutic. You know, punching the papers and stuff is, I find it kind of comforting. Do that punching. Okay, so if you don't like the look of that, it's very easy to just cut off. You just cut off that last fan. But isn't that so pretty? And you could do a double fan. Like you could just not, you could do a different color and then overlap them a little bit. You could either line them up exactly, or you could kind of make them staggered a little bit so that you would have a different, you won't see the fan that much, but what I would do is I would do two different colors and have the fan like that. I think that's really pretty. So I hope that gave you some great ideas. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that gave you some ideas. Now, I bet you're not going to look at your punches the same way now. That's what we like. Let's look at all the possibilities. It's a great thing. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments below. I will have links there for you to go shopping. If you would like to get some of these materials, if you have an advisor, please shop with your advisor. If you don't have one, I would love to be your advisor. And if you would like to take advantage of the perks that advisors have, let's have a conversation. I would love for you to join my team. That would be fabulous. You know, it's just great because I'll be working and working, and then I'll say, man, I need such as, and I just go over and get it because I live in a scrapbooking store. It's a fabulous thing. Thank you again to my subscribers. Thank you for sharing the word with the friends, because I'm getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers. That makes me very happy, and it's all because of you. Until next time, happy scrapbooking.